a lovely song by James TW and from the album Sailor. So I love that song. I hope you all enjoyed it. It's a nice song for a Sunday morning. And yeah, we have a house full of guests, so I won't take much time. I'll hand it over to Rashid, but before that, don't forget to go like our Facebook page, The Voice of Saskatoon, so you can see our guests live as they speak. So, Rashid, all to you.
Welcome back. I think the song was pretty good and it was a little bit different from other songs.
Right?
So I really enjoyed the lyrics and yeah, song as well. So welcome back, and we have three wonderful guests and one very inspiring kid who would like to share about his work for the community and about his YouTube channel. So Tej, tell us about Tej Teaches YouTube channel, because you are teaching from that channel to a lot of kids who would like to take help from you on maths, sciences, and other experiments. So tell us what you do on YouTube channel.
On my YouTube channel, I do math, science, computer science, and artificial intelligence and stuff. So I like to do a lot of science experiments. I have done 2 science experiments. My first science experiment was CO2 as a fire extinguisher. So I used carbon dioxide, and one of the source of carbon dioxide you could say is pop, because pop has lots of carbon dioxide in it. And my other was a bubble sock experiment. Let's learn air mass. And what I actually did in it was I took a cup, I put a sock in it and put it in a big tub with water, and the sock didn't get wet. So for more information, you can go on my YouTube channel, but I'll give you a little information on that to you. So what happened there was the air. What happened was the air wasn't letting the water go through, so that's how the sock didn't get wet. So you can go on my YouTube channel and learn that experiment and show it to your parents. And on my YouTube channel, I also do programming and stuff. My newest video was Let's Learn Artificial Intelligence with Alexa, and it was actually pretty fun because I got to connect it with a laptop or a phone and add some stuff into it, enable skills, and it was actually a lot of fun, and I was kind of experimenting with Alexa. So I would like, if you guys want to learn about Alexa and artificial intelligence, please go to my YouTube channel. And my newest video is learn AI part 2, so with Alexa. So I will teach you guys more about JavaScript, Python, and I will say more about Alexa and IBM Watson, chatbots. I'm really into programming, so yeah.
Well, Tej, whenever you talk, you always inspire me, and you're talking about intelligence, artificial intelligence, and Java.
I could just see Rashid's face, whoa.
Wow, amazing. So tell us, you do experiments, science experiment. Do anyone help you on those experiments, and how do you learn?
YouTube. I do it by YouTube.
Research, yeah, you do research, yeah.
Research.
So in the school, are you going to learn something, or you are going to teach people? What your teacher says,
So I'm gonna learn, but teach them on my YouTube channel, because I don't want to take the spotlight of the teacher. The teacher has a job, and I would like to do her job.
Yeah.
I will teach kids the thing that.
Well, if teachers are listening today, then careful, because Tej will be taking their job pretty soon. So yeah, it's very impressive. So Tej, tell us what's your future plans are because you are inspired from Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and then Albert Einstein, and you're doing so many experiments. So Albert Einstein, did an experiment, and now we remember him as a big scientist.
And also Newton, the 3 Newton's law, I have all of them. I have them in my mind because we had a test, and So the third one was the hardest to get in my mind, but it's in my brain. So, well, yeah, I would say they actually really motivate me because they have done something really good, and my future plan would be to serve this great country,
Yeah.
like to the people. They're giving them food, houses, health, and many more, which some countries like can't even do that.
Yeah.
So I want to serve this country by going in the Royal Canadian Air Force, and that's how I want to do this.
Nice, yeah, because that was my actually next question. So basically, you would like to go into the Royal Air Forces or
Yeah, Royal Canadian Air Force.
Canadian Air Forces, but
Yes.
you are currently as a cadet for Royal Navy.
Yes, so the thing is, I need to be 12 or older to join the Air Force, so I'm
Starting with Navy.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So it's just next year, then after that I'm in Air Force.
Well, like your intentions are very good, and like you are just 11 and thinking so many things to serve communities, to serve country, and you, to be honest, you are not only serving country, you are serving whole world because of your YouTube channel and other activities. Because now the world is, like it's a global village. So whatever you're uploading on YouTube, people can watch from all over the world. And I can tell you, like when we post your profile and information, people actually from Pakistan actually contacted me. Like we want to learn about Tej, and they might be listening today. So like it's a global hub now, and everyone can see our work. So keep doing the great work, and we will be talking about Canadian Air Force, what you would like to do in the future. But before that, we will be going towards our other guests.
I'll quickly mention that when Tej was talking, when he mentioned the country, he said the great country. So
Oh, yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that was really exciting. So great job that you're so proud of the country that you live in, and yeah.
Very
And you're
exciting.
doing your best. You're doing a great job already serving, as Rashid said, by doing your YouTube. So I can't even imagine, like, you have a ways to go, and we wish you all the best.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you.
And I will go towards our other two guests who are studying in Edwards School of Business and taking operations management. So many of the people, even when I was in school, a lot of people would like to go to accounting, finance, marketing. Those were three majors everyone would like to go. So tell us about why you choose operations management, and also what's the scope of operations management in Saskatchewan or maybe like in Canada?
Well, operations management, it's not a lot of people actually know about it.
Yeah.
When I was applying for internships, I told them I was studying operations management. They looked at me and they said, okay. So, a lot of people don't understand, but it's in simple terms, it's basically management of production facilities, like, how we produce things in the most efficient ways, how it should run. That's the very simplified version of it. And in Saskatchewan, I think there's high applicability of it, because when you think of it, we produce a lot of stuff. Like, for instance, we're big on agriculture, we're big on mining, and these two things require a lot of, planning ahead, like inventory systems, supply chains. So operation management covers all that. And I think most people, as you said, they like finance or accounting.
Yeah.
It's because, there's this notion that we sometimes follow the money aspect of our
Yeah.
careers instead of, without fully understanding other choices. So we hope through our work at OMSA, we kind of tell people, we're just as cool as the accountants and the finance
Yeah.
people.
Oh, I think I will be asking about that. But before that, anything you would like to add or no?
Sure. About operation management. To me, it's kind of like jack of all trades but master of none. You get to work with like a lot of different aspects of the business. Like to be honest, I was also like I also wanted to go into accounting or finance when I came here, when I got into the business, even before coming to the business school. But like last summer when I did my internship with Bank Alpha back in Bangladesh, I was being appointed directly under the operations manager, and I saw him working. Like he gets to work with the numbers, he gets to manage people, And actually, I got inspired by his leadership skill. And you know what? Like that kind of made me think. You know what? I just don't want to like stick with numbers always and datas and everything.
Yeah.
I actually want to manage people and improve my leadership skill and actually like try to become an example in the world of business. And what I found, okay, operations management might be the place for me, because in that way I get to work with different aspects of business, and that might actually help me to reach my goals.
Yeah.
So that's why I started OM.
So, what's the major difference between management major and operations management? Because it's really hard whenever you go, and because people say like, oh, management, like, oh, you're taking management major, which is specific for management, and so how you can compete with management major students then?
Okay. So
I know it's a little bit tricky question, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So things like so far according, like I'm a senior student, I just got into the introductory courses right now. So so far according to my knowledge, Chappie might know better, but still since the mic is near me, I'm just like taking my point of view. But from OM, what I learned so far, it's kind of like it's more deep in knowledge and how you can like focus on your operations on a day-to-day basis, and it actually like helps you to improve your work with much more efficiency and much more time management, and also like improve your production facility and everything. So that's so far according to my knowledge, it's the difference between OM and
Yeah.
management. And
Great. Anything you want to add to?
Oh wow, Rashid, I feel like I'm being quizzed. Like,
Well, you don't need to
The
give
pressure
answer.
is
Yeah, like
real.
pressure is on.
well, management mostly involves with the overall running of the business. Like, it
Yeah.
includes a little bit of everything: the management, the running itself, the accounting, the finance, the marketing. But operations is specifically to do with the little
Operational
details
side.
that you need to run your business.
Yeah.
So that's
Exactly.
the key distinction, I'll say.
Yeah. And
Well, I think you got 5 out of 5.
I think I would, how Chappie said that people always usually go to either finance or accounting because for the money matter, but I also think because it's a norm, right? Like if you are in business, people just assume you're either doing finance or accounting.
oh yeah,
So,
exactly.
right? Like,
Yeah.
so when I was doing, and Rashid and I, when even we were doing HR, like it was not like HR, I think people do know about it, but then yeah, I feel like finance and accountants are norms, so it's always good that you guys are breaking the norm and like doing. I didn't understand anything in my OM class, but I'm glad you guys are like. But I think again, like the thing that you said, like the management and the OM in terms of school and in terms of major, I think the difference is that OM is more specialized towards the process and like the stuff, and then management is just it's not specializing in anything, so you get to take classes from every major, so that's just more broad, so you're not specializing in anything, but then OM you're specializing in the
Production
exactly,
facility.
Production and processing side,
facility,
yeah. I think regarding OM, then as Anika mentioned that there is a norm that everyone is going to accounting and finance. So on the other side, you do have an advantage that there will be less competition in terms of operations management, that you can compete with less people. And do you think that?
To be honest, like while living in Saskatoon, because right now, according to my knowledge, the economy is still growing here, and there's not much more industry level operations going on here in Saskatchewan right now. But in that cases, a lot of company doesn't like, they're not still for interested in like hiring OM or operations manager, or neither do they need actually, because like compared to bigger cities like Toronto, like bigger states like Ontario or BC or even Alberta, because in Alberta they have mining facilities and everything, and in
Oil
Toronto,
refineries,
oil
yeah.
refineries and everything. So they do need operations manager. But here, like from the perspective of someone living in Saskatoon, there are not, since there are not much options. Being small in number, it's still there are competition as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Makes sense. Now I will move towards your role, because as a student you're also involved in volunteer activities, and so tell us about your volunteer activities, how the Operations Management Society is running, and what you do for the students.
Sure. Well, my role is VP of Corporate Relations. So my job basically involves talking with different companies and and people for any kind of support they can provide, whether it is for having networking events or if it's for donating items for our events. So in that regard, I get to meet so many people and I have an awesome experience. And regarding our, you said volunteering activities, well, what we do is that even if it's not directly like a big impact on students, we try to provide information. So, we try to spread the word about Edwards School of Business and how people should, what they can understand about different majors. So we try to create awareness, and our philosophy is if we could change one student's life, I think we can make a greater contribution.
Wow.
Exactly. Like we mentioned earlier, like the norm is going towards finance or accounting. So what we try to do is, like we said, we try to reach out to first year or second year students and actually try to explain to them what operations management is about, so they can they can have clear idea about what they want to be later and what they want to do, how they want to pursue their careers.
Yeah, I'm glad you are doing this thing, because that's really important, and that's why I was confused asking you question, because I just want to learn what operations management is, because a lot of people might not know what operations management is. So it's a good way, you are going to different corporations and telling them about operations management. So this is a good way to open opportunities not only for yourself but for other students who will be coming in the future. So that's a very
I would like to mention one thing. So the thing is selecting your major at the very first year, not very first but to second year, it's kind of important, because once you go past the stage, you won't get that back. So there are high chances that you might regret later in your life about selecting the wrong kind of career. You might not know that you're not fit for finance or accounting. You might have been much more fitter for OM, or might have been much fitter for. So we're trying to let them know. If you come to OM, you can do this. If you go to accounting, you can do this. If you go to finance, you can know this.
So do you do workshops or something like that to tell students, or do you invite alumni from operations management, or are you thinking about that?
I think Chappie will
what the idea we had earlier at our first general meeting of the year was we wanted to use the power we have as a student club, to make some sort of change. So we decided that we were going to start a blog called Local Heroes, and in that blog we were going to include, doesn't have to be successful people, it's just generally people who run their business, people like Tej who are going to have big companies.
Even the local entrepreneurs who were being overlooked, but they did have a significant contribution to the economy of Saskatchewan.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a really good idea, and I think if Tej will be there, so it will be very famous. I'm pretty much sure.
Yeah, and
I think, so tell us about your upcoming case competition, because you were talking about that you will be doing some case competition, because in that way, it will be a good way to market your OM major.
Obviously. So what my plan is right now, even though our dean, Richard Kitzwalaby, he actually he arranges this annual infantry game competition every year. So what I want to do with my case competition is in order to run a day-to-day operations of a business, you always don't need people from business. You do need people from other disciplines like computer science or engineering to run your production facilities and everything. So what my target with this, I want to go out and talk to deans of different disciplines of the university, and I want to make this competition open to people from all the disciplines. So this idea came to me because I have friends back in Bangladesh who are studying in renowned universities in Bangladesh. So what they do, even there are engineering institutions who has their own business clubs.
Yeah.
And I actually saw them. And one of my other plans with this is, since Chappie will be reaching out to entrepreneurs and everything, I want to I'll also want to join him as well and talk to the employers and similar people and let them know about my idea. So what my incentive to make people come towards the competition is to provide them with an internship opportunity to the winning team. So in this way, people will be actually right now. Most of the competition we hear about, most of them are like outside the university or some outside the city or outside the state as well, the bigger ones.
Yeah.
So a lot of people doesn't like feel the need to go or need to participate. What I want to do this inside the university, and since and the incentive to give them the internship opportunity in that way, it will be a win-win for both the participants and also the employers, because as the employer, they get to tell us about their like one of the regular day-to-day operations related problem they face, and we can like set up our case in that way. And they don't have to like, in this way, if they come, they get to see their potential future candidates and everyone. In this way, they don't have to like set up a separate interview session to find out the best candidates for their company. So yes.
Well, I think this is a great initiative, and in that way, like a lot of people will come, and you will get some sort of attraction in OM sector too, not only from employer side, but from the student side too, because then it will be a great motivation for them.
Exactly.
And to be honest, like OM is one of the rising sector in whole world, because supply chain management and
Exactly.
operations management, if you will go all over the world, and especially our governments are focusing on export and import, so that will be a great way like to be involved. So I think there are many opportunities for OM in the future. Just hoping for the best, and that's the message I think you are giving to the students too. So I think it's time for wrap up our show, but I will ask last question from Tej, and then we will ask final words from all of you. So Tej, you're doing so many great things: YouTube channel, science classes, also helping students and involving in community as well, and cadet as well. So what's your source of motivation? Like who motivates you, and like who you're looking for?
So my grandfather, my grandmother, my nana, my nanny, they all like back me up whenever I'm down, or whenever I need help. My grandfather is a president awardee. That means like he won an award from the president at that point of time.
Nice. Wow.
My grandma was a doctor. My nana and my nanny, they always like used to teach me math and science at that point of time when we were in India.
Wow.
And my other source of motivation is Bhagavad Gita. So I'm reading that book, and Satya Nadella, Bill Gates, and Mark Zuckerberg, Stephen Hawking, the theory of Big Bang, like even when he got ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, it's a very bad disease, and the doctors said that he can only live for 1 year, but he broke that record and lived for 2 years, which is like, I would say, pretty incredible, because amyotrophic lateral sclerosis symptoms are very bad.
Yeah.
And also one of the baseball players got that disease, so yeah.
Well, you have a great mentor. You do have a great vision. Wish you best of luck, and I can see you as a great scientist, or great ambassador for our country as well, because you always think about country, think about community. So great for it. Any last word from both of you?
So I don't have much to say. So as a student of OM, what we think, right now in the world of business and everything, efficiency is the key, and we have always known this thing, the time is money.
Yeah.
So they actually go side by side. And I don't have anything more to say related to OM. Do you have anything else to say?
Sure. Yeah, I was gonna say first, follow our Facebook page, OMSA, follow our Instagram. I'm just joking.
Nice side note.
No, I think that's a good thing. That's a good way to market your page. So
I just want people to know who are going to university, who will be going to university, like people like Ted. Just just find out what you like. I hope it's OM, but find out what you like.
And thank you so much, Rashid and Anika, for inviting us and give us this platform to talk about our passion and our association.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, thank you very much for all of you, for your time and for your commitment, and wish you best of luck, all three of you, for two of you, like in your career in OM. There are a lot of opportunities, I'm telling you, and you will see in the future too. And Tej, I can see you as a big person, like scientist or something like that.
Thanks.
So
Yeah,
wish you best of
I will
luck.
be happy to try out OM.
There you go.
You're
You
successful.
did really good marketing, and if you will be going in OM, I think everyone will like OM better.
Oh, yeah.
You started recruiting already. age 11.
Yeah.
Perfect. And Tej, any last words from you?
Well, try your best to be successful in your life. You need to like push yourself up. Like me, I wake up in the morning 4 or 5. You need to, if you want to be successful in your life, be like in the Air Force, in the Army, or whatever your big dreams are. You need to push yourself and try as hard as you can. And your family members will be there to help you. So try your best and yeah.
Hoping for the best. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect,
Awesome.
perfect. Some great advice from the 11-year-old Tej.
Yeah.
Life-changing advice, for
Yeah.
sure. Thank you so much for coming, and for Arindam and Chappie, you guys are doing great, and I like the idea that you're educating the newcomers on the OM, because I remember when I took my first intro to OM, the class wasn't, like, it taught us the basics, but it didn't really tell us how it's going to help us or the career aspect of it. So you guys are doing great that you guys are educating the students on like the career aspect of the major, because the class itself I didn't think was exciting. But yeah, so thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much again, Tej, for all your wonderful words and everything that you're doing. You're doing like a lot of things, so thank you for that. It's always a pleasure and treat to talk to you. So I hope you all enjoyed our show, and
Thank you for bringing me here.
Oh, always
Welcome.
on project.
It
Perfect.
was actually great meeting Tej, actually.
Right.
So inspiring.
Perfect. We will see you guys next Sunday, same time. Don't forget to go like our Facebook page, The Voice of Saskatoon. I'm your radio show host, Anika, and I have Rashid.